Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mansa Queen. If this is your first time here, you are absolutely welcome. To my returning subscribers, you guys are the VIPs. So you guys, you know your girl is all about making your lives easier. Okay, I'm a full-time working mom and I gotta be in the kitchen and get out and make something good for the kids and the family. So today I will be showing you how to use a box cake mix to make two different types of cookies. Yes, you heard me guys. One box, two different types of cookies. We got peanut butter and we got chocolate chips. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start off by making our cookie dough, and we are gonna be using today Duncan Hines Perfectly Moist Classic Yellow Cake Mix. Guys, this particular cake mix is so versatile. It is so easy to use and you can whip it up in so many different ways. This is a 15.25 ounce box. So we're gonna go ahead and empty that in a bowl. You can use any type of cake mix, but just know that it will determine what type of cookies you're gonna get at the end. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and break up the big lumps. All right, you can also just run this cake mix through a sifter and it will just get rid of all the lumps. All right, so moving on, we're gonna head and add 2 eggs and make sure that they are at room temperature. Very important when you're baking. Okay, and to that we're also going to be adding 1 stick, which is half a cup of unsalted butter. Guys, please, I highly recommend that you use unsalted butter because the cookie dough is going to be so concentrated from that cake mix, and this is the butter that I used, my Kerrygold unsalted butter. So the less sodium you're going to get, the better, because the cake already contains salt. You would also need 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and this I highly recommend as well. It will give your cookies a whole nother flavor. Vanilla always just has its way of bumping up flavors and just bringing out that taste in any baked product. Okay, so you can use just a whisk or a spatula to do this, but the batter is going to be really thick and I was just not ready for a workout. Your girl was not ready for a workout. I was being lazy, so I'm using my hand mixer. But make sure that you do not want to overbeat this because this is just a cookie dough. Okay, so I'm just trying to get everything incorporated and that will be all. Okay, if you are coming across this channel for the first time, again, you are welcome. My name is Mansa, and on this channel we have lots of fun baking and making some dishes, and my ultimate aim is to make cooking enjoyable and a lot easier for you guys. If that's what you like, go ahead and hit on that subscribe button and join the Mansa team. I will be happy to have you here. Okay, so this is what our batter looks like. As you can see, it is nice and thick, but we do have a problem. Okay, so the traditional recipe for most of these box cake cookies go with an 18-ounce box, but as you can see, this is just a 15.25 ounce box. So we're gonna make up for that difference by adding 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. I don't know if just over time the box cake companies have just decided to cut down on the quantity that we're getting, but anyway, that's just what we're making up for. So 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour will do the trick, and you would notice the difference. Once you add that flour, it would get thicker and look more like a cookie dough. Now, since we're making two different types of cookies using one cookie dough, we're going to separate this batter. Okay, just cut it in the middle, and then we'll start with making the peanut butter cookies. So for this, I am using half a cup of Reese's peanut butter chips. Guys, this is so delicious, man. This is what it looks like. I love it. I think this was my favorite out of the two cookies. It was just so beautiful. So half a cup to that half of the cookie dough. Okay, so just go ahead and mix that together, and then once you do that, you just want to go ahead and cover it up with saran wrap, and we will go ahead and refrigerate this. It will help our dough to come together, all that butter solidify a lot more, and it will be easier to work with because cake mixes make very soft cookies. So we want to control the texture, okay? So put it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes to an hour, okay? I highly recommend an hour, but for the purpose of this video, this only took 30 minutes, okay? Now moving on to the chocolate chips. Also, I will be adding half a cup of chocolate chips. You can use the white chocolate chips, but this is the one I'm using, and for this one I recommend the semi-sweet ones because the regular ones tend to be so sweet, and mind you, the cake mix is also very sweet. So the semi-sweet just gives you that real taste of chocolate because you're already getting the sweetness from the batter already, okay? So mix that together and also put that in the refrigerator to chill, and we will check on it again. So now we'll move on. This is 30 minutes later, and I am going to go ahead and start with our chocolate chip, okay? So this one, I'm going with this one first because the kids like chocolate chip. They cannot have peanut butter because of their allergies, and that's why I decided to separate them, okay? So we just go ahead and make that into scoops. I'm using a medium size cookie scoop, and this is what it looks like. Now we're going to go ahead and put it in an preheated oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 to 10 minutes. Mine took 10 minutes. You want the top to set, and then the edges you would see a light brown golden color. Allow the cookies to rest on the baking tray for 10 minutes and then transfer them into our cooling rack. You want them to finish cooling off on a cooling rack, okay, completely, and this will make sure that it is nice and airy all around the cookie, and it will set nicely. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the peanut butter. Now the peanut butter has been sitting for a whole hour in the refrigerator, and you would see the difference between the cookie dough that's been sitting for 30 minutes and the one that's been sitting for an hour in the refrigerator. The difference was so glaring because, man, the only difference between the two cookies really was only the topping that I added in it, okay? So now we're gonna go ahead and finish it off by adding extra peanut butter chips all over the top. I forgot to do this with the chocolate chip one, but that is always a rule of thumb. If you want to have the bakery style nice looking cookies, you always want to throw a few pieces over the top just before it goes into the oven. So here we go, 350 degrees Fahrenheit again for about 10 minutes, and this is what it looks like. Can you see how this is compared to the chocolate chip? It rolls a bit more. It looks so fluffy and nice. It looked so good. Okay, now this is what it looked like. Again, you want to go ahead and let it cool down and then transfer to a cooling rack. Let them cool down completely. I really enjoy these after they've been sitting for like hours or even overnight. They're always very good overnight. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and open up one of them. This is the chocolate chip. As you can see, it is really nice and so soft. It does taste like cake a little because you know we use the cake mix, but trust me, it is delicious and very easy. Okay, this is what the peanut butter looks like, and as you can see, nice and soft. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on this episode. If you would like to see more recipes like these, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay safe. I love you all.